A year after he returned home from South Africa, Khama Billiat has become the centre of attraction as a number of South African top-flight sides. After his signature, Billiat crossed the Limpopo River to join Yada, where he has rediscovered his form as he has 7 goals and a number of assists. It is reported that the 33-year-old's form has attracted the eye of 2 clubs who are keen to lure him from Yada for his second stint in the South African top-flight, where he plied his trade for over 13 years. Billiat back to South Africa? You support that?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I think it's something that he has done in our local league. Howard, when he joined the other, yeah, of course, there was a lot of speculations about joining Manica Diamonds, Ngezi Platinum Stars, Dynamos, all those, teams. But he chose to go to Yada. I think it was because of, what Yada possesses. A lot of youngsters, he just wanted, to lead the youngsters and show exactly how he's done, and he has done exactly that. Imagine 7 goals for him now. This past weekend, he's the only one, especially on the top goal scorers chart, who scored. The rest of the guys, they didn't score. I think it's him and Aubrey who is on 4, but we're talking about those with, at least higher numbers. He's the only one from 6 to 7. But then, for me, yeah, if he goes, it's good for him. But if he remains in our league, I think you will bring in a lot of guys back into the Premier League. You know what? We can still go back home and lit up our league, like what Khama is doing.
There's just a general, appreciation of the league now, especially where Yada plays. Week in, week out, plenty of supporters go there. Is that the Khama effect?
Definitely, and I think he's enjoying a bit of a renaissance in terms of his career. I will have to admit I was amongst the skeptics who wasn't sure if he could, wind back the years.
The biblical Thomas.
Yeah, like the biblical Thomas. But I think what's even more impressive for me is I think he's probably operating at about 60, 70%. I don't think he's back at optimum, Khama, but the ease with which he's been executing, especially at Yada. And you have to remember, Yada are a team that is flirting consistently with relegation. Yada are no FC Platinum, they're no Simba Bora or even Ngezi Platinum Stars. So for him to be able to get that goal return, that he's had 7 goals at the halfway point of the season. I think if you look even during his stint in South Africa for almost a decade, I think the peak that he would get to would be maybe 11, 12 goals a season. So he's actually on track to either match that or even surpass that.
So if I suggest something right now, will I be daydreaming Billiat for Soccer Star of the Year?
I think...
Yes, you say 60, 70%, but he's really fought for Yada.
It is best. It is best. You can be.
I think he right now, Khama Billiat is well on track to make the calendar. I think the fact that maybe the position that Yada are in might probably work against him in terms of maybe then going all the way and clinching it, because I think there's but I'm trying to think who has been more impactful than him, because the thing about Khama Billiat, it's beyond just what he does on the field. I think as a brand, he's the biggest brand that we have in Zimbabwe football in terms of media attention. And the more he continues scoring, the more that attention is zoned in on him. I think in terms of Yada, I think a lot of people were questioned the wisdom of paying $5,000 a month on him. But right now, if this interest from South Africa is genuine, Prophet Magaya and, the club directors at Yada are probably licking their lips at the prospect of cashing in. and cashing in, and and credit to them. A lot of people, Dynamos, were hesitant. Other clubs didn't want to go as far as Yada did, and I think even going to Yada has probably helped him sort of stay away from the pressure, because I think if it was at Ngezi or at Dynamos, and even Manica, considering how Manica started, there could have been added pressure in terms of, especially look at Dynamos' problems right now. I think, I don't know whether he would have been able to solve their goal-scoring crisis, or that would have also weighed down on him. But I think the environment at the Hart Stadium has probably given him the freedom, because there's no pressure for him to say, you know what, he must win week in, week out.
Yeah, but the Dynamos, I don't think it was going to be the solution, especially in terms of goals. I think it's more to do with combinations, isn't it? Because at once they had Edward Sadomba, Dynamos, but they couldn't, look exactly at the end, say, okay, fine. How does Sadomba play? All these youngsters, they couldn't. But at Yada, look at the combination, him, King Nadolo,
I don't agree with what you guys are saying.
Okay.
Do you know why I don't agree?
Yeah.
Because remember, when talk of him now going to Yada came to the fore, a lot of people said, why is he going to Yada? Why not Dynamos? Why not even Manica Diamonds? Or even Gezi Platinum Stars? Why Yada? There were a lot of things that were thrown in, and we kind of did not even envisage him doing well at Yada because of what you say, perennially fighting against relegation. And that's the team that you went to. But look at what he has done, what he has brought to the side.
But Howard, if you look at Khama, when he came back, remember, he last played competitive football, I think, maybe a year or two ago when he was still fit. But when the injuries dogged him, and Pakatanga could struggle with injuries. But I thought maybe joining Yada, for me, it was more to do with less pressure, and so that he can get back to himself. Look at now, these clubs in South Africa are even looking at him. They know the quality he possesses, and they know how Khama plays. They know exactly how big Khama is. He is a big player, Howard. Not Jaguti, but first touch him on Bora, even when he's coming back from injury. And sometimes he doesn't get in him a 50-50. But now he's getting in there. And he's now used to our Premier League football. If he continues until end of season, I can see him scoring 15 goals.
I was just going to say, Khama is he's like a GD6 right now. He's just got just the right amount of luxury, but with power and efficiency. Just to get there.
His quality.
It's your premier football show, The Couch, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Konapo, Ipapo, Pazetium Prime, DSV channel 294, the place to be.